Thanks for watching Numbskull News. And today, I'm going to get into these lawsuits, this action that was brought forth by the National Labor Relations Board, the NLRB. They did their thing with Dartmouth. They've brought a lawsuit against USC. And now, Notre Dame made big news yesterday. I haven't said much about any of this kind of crap going on. Dartmouth, any of that. USC, none of that. But Notre Dame, that struck me a little weird. Because what do these three schools have in common? Anything? Yeah. I mean, not a lot, but they're all private schools. So the first thing I thought, why are they going after private schools? The National Labor Relations Board. Well, I went to the National Labor Relations Act. And lo and behold, I don't think they can actually do anything against a public school. All right, this is the National Labor Relations Act. This is Section 2 under definitions. And I'm just going to read it until I get to the part that matters. The term employer includes any person acting as an agent of an employer, directly or indirectly, but shall not include the United States or any wholly owned government corporation or any Federal Reserve Bank or any state or political subdivision thereof. Now, that part right here, folks. The employer, which means people that they can go after, right? The National Labor Relations Board can go after employers, but that does not include the United States or any wholly owned government corporation or any state or political subdivision thereof. So, if you are a member or you're a state school, Ohio State, Alabama, University of Texas, University of Oklahoma. You get my meaning there? They can't go after them. So they have to target private schools. So I'm trying to find a way to really convey my thoughts here. And it's difficult because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to work my way backwards, right? So I wasn't really taking interest in this overall story. I know it was important, but I was just letting, people like Greg Flugar, other channels handle this thing. Because it was just, I don't know, it was a lot. And I couldn't find my way in that works for me in this channel. But it was Notre Dame that did it. And so the first thing I did was why only the public schools? I would go to the act, and of course, look right there, they can't go after the public schools. They're owned by the state. So so they go after Notre Dame and USC, and I know they went after the Pac-12, but I think that's more throwing crap against the wall and see what sticks. So, but then I'm like, okay, why? Why go after the private schools like that? I mean, I guess if they could go after the public schools, they would. But again, I'm like, why? So who's on this board? What is this board? That's what I was thinking of. So I wrote some things down here. Let me go ahead and get my highly technical piece of paper here. So the chairperson of the National Labor Relations Board, Lauren McFerrin. She was first appointed by Barack Obama, reappointed by Trump, and then made the chair by Biden. She's a Democrat. Labor lawyer, has been kind of a consultant for the Senate on labor relations for a long, long time. She's served in all that kind of crap. But another person, it's basically like a 3-4 person board right now. So Gwen A. Wilcox, another member of the board, another Joe Biden nominee. Partner at Levi Ratner PC. It's an employment law firm that represents unions. So she's a union lawyer. David M. Prouty, another Joe Biden nominee, general counsel for SEIU, one of the major unions in the country. He also served as general counsel for the Major League Baseball Players Association. And then they have a general counsel. All right, so that's the three main ones. Then there's a general counsel who is Jennifer A. Abruzzo. And before being, or possibly still, she served as a special counsel for strategic initiatives for the CWA union. So all labor people, all union people found that strange. And then I'm like, okay, well, why are they looking into this? Well, because of a complaint filed by the College Basketball Players Association. I'm like, they don't have a union yet. What the hell is this? So I go to the website. There's not much there, which is weird because if you go to the Teamsters website, if you go to, any big time union website, you could get all kinds of information out of that. Go to the Major League Baseball Players Association, NFL, PA, NHL, PA. You get the drift. You go to any union website, you can get all kinds of, fundraiser stuff, who's donated, who they've donated to, the hierarchy there, who's the president, the co vice president, whatever the hell. You can get all kinds of information. There's literally almost nothing to this website. Nothing. That tells me, is it even real? Well, they definitely don't represent anybody right now because college basketball players are not unionized. None of that's been done. So essentially, it's horseshit. All right, and one of their co-founders is a bit of a pecker named Michael. What was it? DH? Michael DH Sue, I think. His last name is spelled HSU. I'm guessing Sue or so or something like that. I think Greg Flugar's mentioned him before because Michael D.H. Sue was like a board of regents for Minnesota, and that's Greg Flugar's team. Well, before that, he was a consultant for different consulting firms, and the main one was essentially a part of PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, and they're one of the big four professional service firms. Basically consultants. They do all kinds of crap. They're in so many different countries. Very, very wealthy freaking institution there. And they also do a lot of work with unions, including representing unions, helping unions set up, make deals, structuring collective bargaining agreements, the whole nine. All right, so now it's starting to kind of coming into focus for me a little bit once I got a lot of that information. This Michael Sue jackass wants to start a union with college basketball players, and I'm sure it won't stop there, but that's the inroad for him. And I get it. Unions make a lot of money if there's money to be made. But it's not just that peckerhead. I mean, the National Labor Relations Board, they're set up by Biden, so this is kind of obviously a pro-union thing. Before I keep going on, to be fully transparent, I myself am a member of a union. I'm in the Teamsters. And they've done great things for me, for my fellow co-workers. I work for a pretty big company. Out of all drivers for these types of companies, we make more money than all of them. I have outstanding freaking benefits. Just to let you know what kind of health care I got. I'm sure everyone out there has some kind of deductible. I don't have a deductible. It's insane. Everyone does now. I don't. I pay a copay and I'm out. I had to get some oral surgery a few years ago, get some wisdom teeth cut out basically. Had to put me under the whole damn 9 yards. $30. That's what it cost me. So I'm not bitching about the union as far as my family's concerned, but I am under no delusion at all. Do I think the upper people in the union really give a shit about the rank and file? Not really. Not really. Since a lot of what we enjoy as union members because of collective bargaining, that work was done a long time ago. And by the way, do I think the higher ups at my company really give a shit about loathsome workers out here? No, they don't. None of them do. And look, when you employ tens of thousands of people, it's hard to give a damn about everybody. So I get it. I don't take it personally. I'm not in love with my company. I appreciate it. It's doing great for my family, has for years. My wife's been working for the company for a long time. We enjoy everything that the union has really fought for, and I think that's really awesome. But there's a lot of money to be made as a part of a union. So let me set the rest of this up, because it's not just about somebody trying to weasel their way into getting paid by forming a players association, which that's exactly what Mr. D.H. Sue is doing. He doesn't give a shit about these kids. And we're talking about basketball, college basketball. The best players are one and done. What do you need a freaking players association for if you're going to be playing a year? Well, hell, even if you say all 4 years, it's only 4 years. There's a lot of media rights money. Billions in college sports. Billions of dollars. And a little dipshit like that. And a lot of other people have been looking for ways to wet their beak, if you will. Especially since NIL's come around. All these kids getting money. But everyone wants a taste. Mr. Michael D.H. Sue wants a taste. But he's not the only one. That's why all the talk of the Super League keeps happening, people. Why does some guy in the front office of the NFL give a damn about a Super League? Why does Jimmy Haslam give a damn about a Super League? I'll tell you why. Like Notre Dame, college sports, college athletics is controlled by conferences, independent conferences. All right, not big conglomerates. All right, they don't have owners. They don't have how should I word? They don't have companies like a BlackRock. These large investment firms, right? They don't have any of that going on. They're independent, just like Notre Dame is. They make their own media deals. They make plenty of deals with the corporate world, but no one owns any part of that. No one has ever owned any part of that. It's all owned by the individual school. So they've always been kind of untouchable. Your Wall Street types ain't getting in there and, Larry the Liquidator isn't coming for them, But I think I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. And I think the reason why so many people are pushing for the Super League, because that's their way in. To get their hands on some of that money. To wet their beak, to quote the great Godfather Part 2. Now, these lawsuits by the National Labor Relations Board, it isn't because they love the players. They're trying to put all of these conferences, they're trying to put everybody in checkmate. Let me put it to you that way. Revenue sharing is coming, but with collective bargaining, with employee status for the players. Even the big conferences, even them stand to lose shit tons of money over it. Shit tons. And ultimately, what they want to do is have every conference, or at least the big dog teams, come to them for what? Private equity. This is something that I thought, I didn't really understand it. I was kind of talking out of my ass. I'm looking at the positives of private equity before, when I talked about, like, the Big 12 maybe doing a little bit of a deal with Endeavor, because all the things Endeavor can do for you. But that's one of the problems. You see, companies like Endeavor and many others, probably a lot of them that, frankly, people like Jimmy Haslam may have stock in. They want to come in, buy a piece of it. Ownership of college sports. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry after all. And there's a lot of people that's been left out. All right, they never were allowed to dip their beak into it. But they found a way. They can't go after the public universities, so they're going after the private ones. So, look out, Miami, Duke, TCU, they're coming. They're coming. They ain't stopping with these. They're going to keep on. They're going to keep on with the lawsuits. And hopefully they can get the Pac-12 thing to sit the stick. Then comes the Big 12, the ACC, and the two big ones, Big 10 and SEC. They want ownership. They want to wet their beak. They want a piece of that large pie. And ultimately, that's what the lawsuits, that's what the Super League, that's what all of that shit's about. They want to come in and not just be a silent partner. They want control over it. They want to bust up these conferences, form an NFL light, and maximize their profits, because that's how they see those profits working. They don't give a damn if Ohio State thinks they should make more than TCU, or if Michigan should make more than Texas Tech. They don't care if Alabama thinks they need to make more than Oregon State. I don't know how they'll do it, but if they can bust apart the SEC and the Big 10, the Big 12, they can do whatever they want. It doesn't. Tradition be damned. Fans be damned. They want total control because they want that money. They want that money. They don't give a damn about the student athlete. They don't give a damn about the student or the athlete. They want that money. They don't care about the fan. They just see you as a sucker, and you're going to line up every week anyway to watch your favorite team. And you know what? They're right. They're right. We'll all line up. We'll all line up. We'll keep producing shows. We'll keep talking about it. They're right about that. But have no doubt, the lawsuits are part of a way bigger picture. Way bigger. It's for control of college sports. They don't want these conferences to have the control anymore. The big dogs out there, your big hedge fund types, they want in. They want to wet that beak at the trough of college sports. Billions of dollars. They found a way in. And hopefully for them, they can massage everyone's greed for more money and more power. We all talk about the Big 10 being this big juggernaut, the SEC. Let me tell you something. These people are small potatoes compared to who's coming. Period. End of story. Period. End of story. There's companies that want a piece of this shit, and they will crush the Big Ten and the SEC like a bug. All right, I know the Big 12 won't be able to stand, but the Big Two, and everyone's like, oh, the Big Two, they will they will slice their throat like it's nothing, because they want access to those dollars. They want access to the brands, to the viewership. They want it all, and they're coming for it. And every which way, they're coming for it. So in the future, if you start hearing, oh, well, the Big Ten and the SEC are looking into private equity, that's the devil, and it has a big old satchel of money. And they're willing to bet they can buy off whoever, Greg Sankey. Petiti, they're not even worried about. That dude has no ties to college sports. He doesn't give a damn. Sankey, on the other hand, has spent his life in the game. Loves the tradition. But does Sankey have a price? The other people in the SEC have a price. We're going to find out. If they sell out, there goes college sports as you know them, people. It now becomes the corporate world. All legal-like. All legal. The National Labor Relations Board will make sure of that it's all 100% legal. Folks, the people you're dealing with got deep pockets. They pay politicians. They pay federal judges. The mafia ain't got nothing on these people. Nothing. That's who's coming. That's who's coming. So everyone keeps wanting to give Notre Dame shit about wanting to be independent. How much do you care about the Big Ten being independent? The SEC, the Big 12, even the ACC. Been giving them a ton of shit, but they're independent. Oh, ESPN owns all of them, and Fox owns. No, they don't own shit. They lease your media rights. They don't own a damn thing. No. There's bigger players afoot here, folks. And behind the scenes, under the surface, that's what's going on. That's my take. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my tinfoil hat. They're going to go after all the private schools to get to the public ones because they can't do it directly. These are sneaky bastards. This Michael Sue, he's just one pebble, one turd in the whole pile of shit. He doesn't matter. He's small fries. A means to an end. That's all that is. He wants to get his little cut. It's not about any player. It's about people getting that money. Trying to get in on it. That's what they're going to do. At least that's what they're going to attempt to do. So, by my standpoint, if they're successful, there won't be an SEC and there won't be a Big Ten. Everyone's got a price. So let's see if they meet it. Anyway, that's all I got on this crap. I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.